Hello there, thanks for joining me this Thursday evening on Bizworld. I'm Nakia Basharudin. Malaysia's total trade rose to 753.88 billion ringgit for the first 5 months of 2019 versus the same period last year. Exports grew to 405.36 billion ringgit, while imports dropped to 348.52 billion ringgit. According to the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, MITI, trade surplus during the period rose by 4.3% to 56.85 billion ringgit. In a statement, MITI said for the month of May, Malaysia's trade grew by 2% from the same month a year ago to a record 159.21 billion ringgit. For the period under review, exports rose by 2.5% to 84.15 billion ringgit, the highest export value ever registered for the month of May, while imports expanded by 1.4% to 75.06 billion ringgit. Interesting to note, 84.2% of total exports in May were of manufactured goods, while exports of agriculture goods posted a double-digit growth of 15.3%, driven by palm oil. Meanwhile, Malaysia's trade with ASEAN in May accounted for 27.4%, China 16.7%, 9.9% with the European Union, and 8.8% with the US. Malaysia Airlines ought to be sold, be it to local or foreign buyers. For global fund management company Invesco's Regional Investment Director, Jalil Rashid, the move is much needed following failure of multiple attempts to resuscitate the national airline, which underwent 4-time restructuring. That in total costed the government some 25 billion ringgit since 2001.
The only way I feel is to change the ownership. Is to change the ownership. We've changed management so many times, bailed it out so many times. I feel that we just keep on going in this circle, and we don't find a solution to it. Right? And this would involve some very obviously difficult decisions. Right? Just say, I got a buyer, sell it.
He added, at present, there are more low and middle income group worldwide opt for low-cost carriers. Malaysia Airlines, he said, could be sold while keeping to its name, staff and identity, like how Proton was given a new lease of life by Zhejiang Geely Holdings Group. Malaysia's equity market is set to perform better in the second half of this year, supported by the new government that executes new fiscal and economic policies. General Manager of FSM One Malaysia, Wong Wei Yi, said there are also institutional reform initiatives that are being run by the Council of Eminent Persons to ensure the equities performance.
We are positive for equities. Malaysia also positive, but for Malaysia specifically, it's really because we have now more clarity over government policies. We have renewed infrastructure projects development. So these are the positive things, and recently we have a weakened ringgit that is going to benefit our exporters.
He said that at its annual Recommended Unit Trust Awards earlier today. Wong added, as the central banks across the developed markets are shifting towards a more dovish stance, this helps to ease the liquidity condition and reverse the foreign fund flowing back into emerging markets, which may benefit Malaysian equities. Malaysia needs to be more proactive and expedite its response to potential investments and boosting the growth of local small and medium entrepreneurs. According to the Entrepreneur Development Minister, Datuk Sri Muhammad Rezwan Yusof, a few countries have shown interest to jointly establish development investment funds. However, there was no immediate response from the local government agencies.
Foreign sovereign wealth fund that wants to come to this country to jointly establish a joint development investment fund for SME to benefit. But this was raised to the appropriate agency in the government. So some of these funds seems to be now shying away because there's no response in this country. For example, I've been approached by the Japanese banks to put money into this country to help SME, but still you need to go through the regulatory process. That may take a bit of time, but we are focusing trying to get these people in to place money here and for the benefit of SME.
He was met after delivering his keynote address at the Malaysian Economic Summit 2019 earlier today. Datuk Seri Muhammad Redzuan added that the MED will try to place financial institutions under his ministry to assist local entrepreneurs' financial obstacles. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Muhammad Redzuan said the Malaysian Global Innovation and Creativity Centre, MAGIC, will undergo content rebranding exercise to make it more attractive domestically and abroad.
We're going to refine and improve the content of MAGIC to be more towards getting local investors and local financial institutions to subscribe to innovation and help to stimulate the startups and the entrepreneurs that are registered with us. We have a lot of attractions. Today we have like 2,000 applications all over the world, right? 2,000 all over the world. We have so much capacity. We are shortlisting to 35, for example, to be incubated and to put in sandboxes if necessary.
And that's a wrap for Bizworld today. I'm Nakia Bashiruddin. Thank you for investing your time with us.